Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of BNEWS Sports Hub. I'm your host, Anthony Matos. This month we invited both girls and boys track coaches, Jess Nelson and Matt Carr, to talk about the winter season and a look ahead to the spring. We'll have a conversation with both of the head coaches and athletes, Grace Hanafin, Leah Marshall, Cora Laverty, Rithikh, Prakash, Connor Herrera, and Colin, Irwin. We'll also have our player spotlights and our Red Devil review. That's all right here, right now on BNEWS Sports Hub. To jumpstart our discussion, we'll offer a little refresher of the team. You go to BNEWS Sports reporter Robert Parris for more.
Hey everyone, I'm Robert Parris and this is your Red Devil review. The girls and boys track teams are heading back to varsity field for another spring season. These teams have found success over the years under head coaches Jess Nelson and Matt Carr. Many athletes are returning for the spring season after competing in the 22-23 winter seasons with their teams. The girls finished with a 4-1 record, winning against Stoneham, Watertown, Melrose, and Wilmington. The boys' season was flawless as they finished with another undefeated record under their belt at 6-0. In addition, both teams were crowned the Middlesex League Freedom Division champions. The season didn't end there, as both teams advanced to championships and the Middlesex League meet, and individual athletes starred at invitational competitions. The Middlesex League 12 Championship meet, the girls placed third in it with a total of 61.67 points. The boys also finished second, garnering 69 points. The girls and boys competed at the MIAA Division III Relays next, where they came in second place out of 10 other schools. Girls had 58 points, while the boys had 45. Not only did the teams have impressive seasons, but individual athletes did as well. Char Collins placed 7th in the New England Championship meet in the long jump at 17 feet and 7 inches. In the MSTCA Coaches Invitational, she had a time of 9.32 in the 55 hurdles and placed 7th in the long jump at 16 feet and 7 inches. Collins came in 5th place at the Meet of Champions at 17 feet and 6 inches. She also was named the Middlesex League All-Conference in her performance in the long jump. At the MSTCA Coaches Invitational, Athea Walensky finished in 13th place in the 300 meter, 42.95. She came in 48th place out of 109 other girls in the MSTCA Pentathlon. Walensky placed 4th in 300 meter at the ML12 meet with a time of 42.96. She was also named a Middlesex League All-Star in her performance in the 300 meter. Cora Laverty had a time of 9.14 in the 55 hurdles at the Coaches Invitational. Laverty finished in 10th place at the MSTCA Pentathlon, and she was also named a Middlesex League All-Star for her performance in the 55 meter hurdles. Hope Hanafin was also in the mix as well, and as an All-Star with her performance in the 600 meter. At the Coaches Invitational, she came in 2nd place in the 600 meter with a time of 1 minute and 41 seconds. Senior Grace Hanafin had an impressive season as she broke her own school record in the long jump in the MSTCA Coaches Invitational of 18 feet and 2 inches. She had another school record in the 300 meter with a time of 40.48 seconds in the Middlesex League 12 Championship meet. She continued the record-breaking season at the MIAA Division III Relays meet in her long jump performance at 19 feet and 1 inch. She was named the Massachusetts State Champion in the long jump at the MIAA Meet of Champions at 17 feet and 8.5 inches. Hanafin placed 3rd in the long jump at New England's 18 feet and 2 inches. The Middlesex League awarded her as All-Conference in the 300 meter and the league's most valuable player. She had a new school record in the New Balance Nationals in the 200 meter with a time of 25.6 in Boston. Hanafin accepted a scholarship from Boston College to continue her career in cross-country and track this coming fall. The season was at its all-time high as head coach Jess Nelson was named Coach of the Year by the MSTCA. Let's check out the interview I had with her. It was another successful season for girls indoor track, as their head coach, Jess Nelson, was named the MSTCA Coach of the Year once again.
I am lucky enough to be called the MSTCA D3 Girls Indoor Coach of the Year again. I had it last year. I was really lucky to get that, and we got it again this year, and I think it has a lot to do with our team and how well they do, and they make me look really good.
Speaking of the team, Burlington had a number of outstanding achievements during the season.
We started off by winning the Middlesex League Freedom Division, and then we went on to the Middlesex League meet and placed third there. So that was really exciting. And then we came in third at state relays. We won it last year, but third this year. And then second at states, we placed second there, so that was really exciting. And then all states, we sent a few girls there. They did really well. They qualified for New England's, which we just had this past weekend, and they did really well. A lot of really talented girls, and they're performing really well at the meets, and I think that's a huge part of it.
Nelson is looking forward to the continued success the girls have shown when performing in the events.
The best part about this is this is our home team. This is our high school. We love it. We know the sport, and we've all gotten to know the girls really well, and they kind of have really bought in so far. Practice is so fun, so we can't help but do really well at meets, and we're having a lot of fun and just being successful.
I'm Robert Parris for BNEWS Sports. The boys had their fair share of breaking records as well. Elijah Walensky broke BHS alum Alex Keene's pole vault record at 11 feet and 6 inches. At the MSTCA Division III relays, the shuttle hurdle team of Elijah Walensky, Tyler Callahan, Robbie Benjamin, and Alex Murray made a school record with a time of 27.12. The 4x400 relay team of Anthony Abbott, Dylan Giles, Colin Irwin, and Walensky broke their school record with a time of 3 minutes, 28 seconds. I interviewed the record breakers a few months back. Let's take a look. On the weekend of January 20th, the Red Devil track team competed in the Division III Relay Championship. 3 school records were broken that day, including shuttle hurdles, the long jump, and indoor pole vault.
I think we suspected our shuttle hurdle team probably was in the mix for a record. We knew it was a good team. They ran a great time and broke the school record. Long jump, we didn't even realize that night. So when I got home in the morning, I looked over the results and realized they tied at 17.94 centimeters, exactly to the centimeter. So that was sort of unexpected. And they took second place overall. And as a team at relays, we won the entire thing.
The athletes couldn't have been prouder of their accomplishments, including winning it all at the championship.
Anyone who breaks the record, so much respect. It's such a good team to be part of. I'm glad I can leave my mark in this school before I go. And yeah, I'm just happy I was finally able to do it.
Yeah, it was just a great meet overall, and just being part of a team, especially a relay, takes hard work from everybody to pull off a school record like that, and it was just great being part of that.
Even though we're seniors and we're leaving the school, it's nice to have a record that's going to stay at the school for hopefully someone breaks it eventually, but it's going to stay at the school for a while.
To get the school record after nearly getting it last year is very accomplishing for us.
Yeah, we definitely came in last year after quitting basketball, so we were very new to the hurdling. We didn't really have the skills last year to get the record, but we kept working for a whole year, and now we got to the point where we got 4 really good kids who just worked together and got the record.
I'm Robert Parris for BNEWS Sports. Prakash also finished in second place in the 2-mile with a time of 9.25 in the MSTCA Coaches Invitational. In the New Balance Nationals, Rithikh broke David Toronto's BHS class of 2012 10-year-old 5K record with a time of 15 minutes. The team took first in the MSTCA State Relays for the 10th year in a row. At the MIAA Championship meet, they placed second. The All-Scholastic Award Division II went to Prakash. Coach Nelson and Coach Carr are always looking to see what best fits each athlete and how they can improve their skills during the field and track events. And that is all for your Red Devil Review. I'm Robert Parris. Back to you, Anthony.
Here with Coach Nelson and Coach Carr. Coaches, are we all right today? We're good?
Yeah.
We're good? Excellent. So just talk about your winter seasons, how it went for you both.
So for our girls indoor track team, we had a pretty good season. We got some trophies. We had some state champs. We specifically won the Middlesex League Freedom Division. We came in third at state relays. We had a state champion, Grace, in the long jump and in the dash. and a few New England qualifiers, which we never had before, in individual events. And then even it was Grace go on to nationals as well. So we had a really good, exciting indoor season, really successful.
The boys were Freedom champions as well. They were undefeated. They won the MSTCA state relays. This was the 10th year in a row we've won a relay title. And we were second at the MIA championship.
What was having meets at the New Balance track like the atmosphere?
I thought it was awesome. We are so lucky that we could run there for every dual meet and Middlesex league meet, championship meet, and even have all the way from our varsity runners run there, our JV runners, everybody. It's a really awesome track. It's really fast. The people that work there are great and made the meet run fast. I thought it was awesome. It was a great time. I think the girls really enjoyed it too, which is really important.
Yeah, it was a nice commitment from the ADs, as Jess mentioned, even bringing our JVs there. We were one of only 2 leagues in the state that even brought JV athletes there. The work for it began about 2 years ago for us to be booked in there, and it was nice to see it happen.
You're both crowned Middlesex League champions. Mm-hmm. Just talk about the successful season it was for the athletes. Like how they feel about it.
I think that especially after our last indoor season, we kind of started picking up the momentum there and knowing that we can be a championship team. It's great for us. It came down to the last dual meet to crown the Middlesex League Freedom champion. So that made every meet before it really count, and we had to really work for it, and we set a goal for the team, and we worked through it the whole season, and we got what we wanted, so that was really awesome.
Yeah, 2022 was, I think, our first, meaning a full year ago, our first season in maybe a decade where we didn't win any championships, so we were looking to get back on track this year. It's not that we had a bad 2022, we were second in the league, we were second at relays, but we go into meets expecting to win, so we got back on track this year, and that was nice.
A number of athletes had some record-breaking achievements. Just talk about some of the events they were in and if they broke anyone else's record.
Yeah, so we broke a few. I wish I could wrote them down. We had a really old record, 30-plus years old, for the shuttle dash at relays. That was broken. Long jump was broken a few times by the same athlete. And the indoor 200 was broken as well. There's probably a few more, and I think that I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I think it's awesome that we broke so many that I can't even remember them.
We had, so Elijah Walensky broke Alex Keene's pole vault record. We've only been pole vaulting indoors for a few years, so that's relatively recent. Then at relays, our shuttle hurdles team of Robbie Benjamin, Tyler Callahan, Elijah Walensky, and Alex Murray broke the school record. The long jump team actually to the centimeter tied the school record. That was Elijah and Anthony Abbott and Robbie Benjamin. At literally the last meet of the regular season, the 4x4 team really shocked us. We were trying to get a nationals qualifying time of 3:34, and they ended up running 3:28 and breaking the school record. That was Colin, Irwin, Dylan Giles, Anthony Abbott, and Elijah Walensky. And then at nationals, Rithikh Prakash broke David Toronto's 5,000 meter record.
What were practices like in the winter for the both of you?
Winter season is an interesting season because it seems to be dark, the sun goes down real quick. It's cold. Rarely can certain groups go outside and practice, so we're stuck to the inside here. The hallways and the gym space. We have a really great weight room, so that really helped. And the girls team actually did a lot more weight room stuff this year. And I think it really helped a lot, so we're really lucky to have that. But indoor was a long indoor season and long practices.
Yeah, I think most kids and coaches find indoor the most challenging. It's always been my favorite season, but I think I'm alone on that. I love the indoor season. I like the hallways, I like the short track, I like the cold, I like it all.
What did you hope to take away from the winter season transitioning to spring?
The numbers. I wanted to be confident that most of my girls would join our outdoor team, because in the past we lose some to lacrosse or maybe even tennis, or maybe they kind of say, you know, I'm going to work instead, which is great. There's nothing better than a student athlete that can hold a job, do it all, but most of our indoor girls joined our outdoor team, to the point where we have exactly 50 girls on the team now, and we've never had that many, and it's most of our indoor team, so that's really awesome.
Yeah, I try to, as much as possible, think of them as different seasons. That's not necessarily realistic, but indoors over, you know, I had most of the kids who went to nationals, not most of them, told all of them do nothing for that week in between. The other kids had between 2 and 4 weeks off, and probably most of them don't really do much. So to me, it's just we start fresh in the spring, and we've had spring seasons that were successful after winter seasons that weren't, and vice versa.
So transitioning over to spring, how was the transition from winter back to spring?
For me, it was barely any transition, just because indoor ended about a week before outdoor started for me. So I kept it rolling there. But like Matt said, girls took time off. I know a lot of girls went to the weight room on their own or did workouts or on their own, with the older girls or returner girls kind of running those workouts. The transition was pretty easy though for the girls, I think, because we knew a lot of what they could do from indoor. So it wasn't too hard to place them in what groups we could get into, and what events they would do, because we have our first meet coming up in a week from Saturday, so it comes up quick. So the transition was pretty smooth, and I'm glad for that.
And I think it's just dealing with the different background kids have. So we have kids a senior who's in their 12th season of track, all the way down to a freshman in their first season. And actually there's a lot of gradations in between that I think get lost. It can be a senior who did cross country but didn't do indoor, so they have to get back into shape. And it's using these first 3 weeks before our meet really to get everyone roughly on the same page so that we can be ready for that first meet.
So just talk about last spring and how it went, and then what changes you're making from last season to this season.
Last season went pretty well. I'm hoping this season goes better. So changes that we would make are seeing what other events that our girls can do. I know if they can sprint, maybe we'll try them in jumping, or maybe if you're a sprinter, maybe you could maybe they would be good at throwing too. Pole vault is a big thing too. I know that we have some girls that did gymnastics indoor. They're now on our team, and I'm excited to see how they do in pole vault. That's like a special outdoor event that we work on, and that's kind of a change that we're going to make there too.
I think last spring was the same as this indoor for us record-wise. We won the league, we won state relays, and we were second at the state meet. So, you know, as we transition into this spring, the goal is simple: winning the league, winning relays, and winning the state meet. We haven't won a state championship since 2017, and well, we've won literally a dozen state relay championships and maybe 15 to 20 Middlesex League championships. That's too long a layoff, so we're looking to get back on top of the state championship.
How many winter athletes are returning from the winter to the spring, approximately?
I would say 36 or 37 maybe, and then girls who did spring last year came out and did spring again, so that's really great.
We had 69 on the indoor team, and most are back for spring. We have 92 total on the spring, and probably our largest group of first-time freshmen ever. We have a huge group of freshmen.
You're facing Melrose, Watertown, Wakefield, and Stoneham, in that order. Wakefield is always a big matchup for both teams. How are you preparing for Wakefield in specific?
Wakefield. We are preparing for that meet, knowing that that's one of our harder ones, I would say. Something that I say at the beginning of every practice is practice with intention, like the intention that you want to earn that varsity spot for that Wakefield meet. You want to be on that 4x4 team because usually for us it comes down to the relay, and that's the make or break part of a meet. I want the girls to want to be, ready for Wakefield and getting the rest of their teammates excited for it too. And so I guess attitude and then training and just setting a goal that Wakefield is a team to beat.
Yeah, we open with Melrose, and that will tell us right away where we're at. Melrose is, they're a strong team, and they're certainly trying to move into the upper echelon with us in Wakefield, and they might even be there already. And then assuming we take care of business against Melrose, it's all about Wakefield and then States at that point. The other towns just really don't have particularly strong programs.
What are you looking forward to as the season starts?
Winning.
That and winning and seeing my team work really well together and supporting each other and having girls step up and be leaders. And I think with all that, winning comes from it.
So much more elegant than me.
I'm trying.
What are both of your main goals for the athletes this season?
I tell my kids it's really simple. This sport, it's self-improvement. Whether you're the best athlete on the team or the worst athlete on the team, and that's the hard part of this sport. It's a ranked sport. Everyone knows exactly where they are. Your times don't lie, and as long as you're working to improve, then you're doing the job to make the team better. Because if the 92nd best kid on the team is trying to move up to 91st, and 91st is moving up to 90, then every single kid is working all the way up to try to be better. And if they do that, we won't ever lose. I have no doubt about that.
I would kind of bounce off that, almost the same sentiment, that they're called PBs or PRs, personal best, personal records. That's your personal best or personal record. Once my group stops comparing themselves to others, and they kind of get into the habit of saying, like, I can improve myself, it then becomes, if they're improving, then our whole team is improving, and then that's how you win. So if everybody just kind of works on having a great attitude about their own events and maybe helps other teammates have a good attitude about their own events and work hard and stop comparing themselves to others, because it, like Matt said, it's individual, but your individual will come together as a whole team score. So starting there, I guess, would be the goal.
All right, thank you both.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Let's check out this month's Player Spotlight.
This is Leah Marshall
and Connor Herrera.
This is the Player Spotlight. I started my freshman year. I did rec track when I was in middle school, but then I really wanted to start throwing, so I just started doing it freshman year.
I started doing it when I was younger because my older sister did it and stuff, and then I just kind of stuck with it through high school.
Coach Nelson has been a great person to look up to. She has been there always for me whenever I needed her, and so have all the other coaches, and the girls are the best. They're great friends to have.
Mm-hmm. And also the team is really close with the coaches and stuff and other people on the team.
They're really great athletes. Leah is a senior, Hope is a junior. Leah has been a part of our throwing crew for as long as she's been on this team, and she's a great leader. Hope is a junior, and she is a mid-distance girl. She's sprinted in the past, but she's more mid-distance, a 400, 800 girl. She had a really successful indoor season. We're excited to see what they can do in outdoor with more events. They are both really good kids to have on the team, and I love having them, and they're really helpful to the rest of their team.
I thought it was really cool and nice. I feel like everyone did really good indoor season.
Yeah, I definitely thought, because she's in my grade and we're friends, I thought it was really cool to see her finally get this accomplishment, and winning all these awards was amazing. I think just coming to practice every day, trying my best, and working out as hard as we can.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to miss the environment and hanging out with my friends all the time and having another group outside of my inner circle to just be around and be myself and just to meet new people. I'm going to miss that too.
Well, I'm a junior this year, so I still have one more year, but definitely the same thing that she said.
All right, with captains Grace, Leah, and Cora. Ladies, how are we today?
Good. How are
We're
you?
good. We're good. How long have you been involved with track?
Do you want to start, Grace?
I have since I've been 9.
I have since I've been a freshman.
I started freshman year as well.
What events do you guys compete in?
I do shorter sprints and long jump.
Shot put and disc.
I do hurdles, high jump, and pole vault.
What do you like working with the coaches? What do we like working with the coaches?
I really like working with the coaches, and I like how a lot of them are like younger, so it's easier to they're more like understanding, I feel like.
Yeah, I like working with the coaches because they're easy to talk to, and if you have a problem, they completely understand, and they understand like the high school life with homework and sports and friends, so it's easy.
Yeah, just like what all they said. They're very lenient and they care about like how you're feeling. So like if you need a day off, like you can literally just be straight up with them and they'll give you a day off.
And you all competed in the winter, right?
Yes.
What was that like?
It was a lot of fun. I feel like we did well this year too, and it was nice because we obviously are really close, so it's nice seeing them every single day, especially in the winter.
Yeah, I agree with Grace. I feel like the winter is kind of that time where people start getting anxious because of school, and I think track was a really good place to just decompress and hang out with friends.
Yeah, just basically everything they said.
So just did any of you break school records or any of your other teammates?
I rebroke the 300 and 200 record, and then I got the long jump record in the 4x50.
I have not broken any school
Not
records.
yet?
Not yet.
I broke the 4x50 meter dash with Grace, Charlize Collins, Renee Lecomte, and myself.
Do you like competing against other athletes in schools?
Yeah,
Do you think it makes you better?
Yeah, especially because also you're you see them at a lot of meets, so you already because there'll be times you'll even make friends from other towns. So it's nice seeing the same people, especially since freshman year, and seeing how they've gotten better also.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because you make new friends when you're waiting, even at the shot put circle and you're waiting for them to go. You meet friends from other towns when you're just kind of bored and you just start talking to them. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, after relays, especially for me, I've met 2 of my closest friends through track, and they're not even on my track team, so I think it's a very cool community.
What is the goal that you specifically want to accomplish in the spring, and why?
My goal is to win all states in long jump, and then to hopefully make podium at nationals. That's the goal. So.
My goal is to break 30 feet in shot put.
My goal is to place higher than I did last year at states for 400 meter hurdles. I got 10th at all states, so I'm just trying to aim higher for that.
What are practices like?
Well, it depends on the day, because some days we do stuff for form, or sometimes we'll do stuff for long jump, and then we'll have lifts also. So it depends on the day, because it's it's good though because it's never the same. So it's sometimes we'll have the same workouts, but it's nice how switches up. You go into practice, you won't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I definitely think that the practices are fun, and they're kind of just something to do after school, and then you keep your mind off of whatever's going on. And I think having something new to do every day, like a lift, a run, a throw, it's really good.
Yeah, I think having different types of workouts and rotating through them every week it keeps it new, and you don't get tired of it.
How long does it take to prepare for your events in particular, not just the team?
Normally I warm up, because they check in probably 15 minutes before your event, so I like to definitely, because right when we get to the meet, I always like to stretch and do 2 laps, just so I'm ready. But then before my meet, I like to warm up an hour to 45 minutes before, so that I'm because otherwise it helps me not get as nervous if I'm off by myself warming up.
Usually I'll check in when we first get to the meet, because they usually let us, and then I'll fit right when the first heat's done, or for second heat, I'll go up and I'll run a couple laps and listen to music and chill out.
Yeah, usually I'll pop my earbuds in, and I usually like to
warm up closer to when the race starts. That's just my personal preference.
You excited about the new field that was just installed? Yes.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to as the season gets underway?
I'm definitely looking forward to, because outdoor, in my opinion, it's like more fun because it's nice out. And it's even fun because like some days after practice, like we'll like stay there for like a little bit because it's nice out. And like especially like state relays is a lot of fun. And I definitely like the meets a lot in outdoor. So I'm excited for the meets.
Yeah, I definitely am excited to just chill, like hang out with my friends after the meets, and it'll be nicer out, so it'll be more fun, and it won't feel as confined. It'll feel more fun just being outside running around.
Yeah, just being in the sun and like literally just getting like a tan while you're at practice is nice. And it's just like the whole like atmosphere of outdoor track I think is better.
What do you hope to take away from this season?
I'm hoping to PR a lot and hopefully re-break records or like get new ones. And then hopefully like place really well at states and all states this year.
I'm hoping to place in a lot of meets and for the whole team to just do well in general.
I'm hoping to just PR in all of my events, especially pole vault. I want to re-break my previous school record. And I'm trying out pentathlon at states this year, so I'm excited for that.
Do we have any college plans for the future? Yeah.
I'm going to UMass Amherst for track next year.
I'm going to Southern New Hampshire University to study elementary education next year.
I'm a junior, so I'll
Nothing
be
yet.
a senior
Any
next
eyeing
year.
anything?
I'm hoping to run track in college. We'll see where life takes me.
What are you going to miss from the team after graduation?
Definitely the bond I had with everyone, because even like when track was like over, like even when practice was over, like we still like make plans to do stuff after. Like it's definitely nice like seeing everyone like in school and out of school, like how close we all are, and I'll definitely like miss that like later on.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss the new friendships and bonds that I've made this year, and seeing them outside of track and hanging out with them. I'll miss that a lot.
Miss them.
You miss the seniors.
What?
In particular, what are you going to miss from the seniors leaving?
Just their presence. Their presence is anything any underclassmen could look for.
All right, now thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
All right, I'm here with the men's track captains, Connor, Rithikh, and Colin. How are we today, gentlemen?
Good. Well,
We're good.
How are you?
How long have you been involved with track?
I've taken an interesting route in the sport. This is only my second year participating in track. I had a season freshman year, had a 3-year hiatus, but I had the itch to come back, and I'm absolutely loving it.
This is my, 12th season. Outdoor my freshman year got canceled, but thought about playing soccer coming into high school, but I was kind of bad, so I decided to do cross country, and then I loved it and stuck with it, so this is going to be my 12th season.
I think this is my 7th season. I played soccer my first 2 years. My freshman year, there was that weird 4-season year, so I played basketball a little bit there, but I've been doing indoor and outdoor all 3 years I've been here.
What are the events you guys competed in?
So indoor, I was a 600 meter and 1,000 meter runner, and in the spring, I'm probably going to be an 800 meter runner.
I'm more of a long distance guy. I'm mainly a mile, 2-miler. I competed in the 5K during cross country and indoor, and sometimes I'll drop down to the 800.
I was mostly a 600 guy indoor. I did go to a 4x4 for a little bit at the end. Spring, I'm expecting mostly 8, but we'll see.
Do you compete in the same events all season, or do you switch them around? You know, like if you're not feeling the 800, maybe drop down to the 600?
It's wherever Coach Carr puts us, and we just have trust in him, and wherever he puts us, we're just going to do our best.
Yeah, we get a little input, but not that much. Usually Carr will kind of plan based on what our season's looking like. So say we have like, it's earlier season and he wants to develop speed, he might put us in a shorter event to do that. Or if we need points in a certain meet, he'll put us in certain events in which he thinks we can get the most points for the team.
Yeah, those things. It's also learning opportunities. You know, you try a kid in an event a little outside their comfort range, you could find a new talent for them, but it's mostly around the same area.
What do you like about working with both coaches?
What's that?
What do you like What do you like about working with both coaches?
Predominantly we're with Coach Carr most of the time, but Coach Pat, Coach Craig, Coach Dan, it's awesome having them around. In the weight room, great guys. We love having them.
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever been really coached by Carr since I'm more of a longer distance guy. That's Carr's specialty. But just having them around, they bring like a super fun environment to practice. Like just having some like goofy conversations with them, it always like lightens the mood, makes practice more fun. I guess, have you been coached by Greg or Dan?
No, I mean, yeah, we're all mainly with Carr, but it's a great community. I mean, I still know those guys, I'd say, pretty well. They're there for us. They're there to teach you. I mean, I guess in the weight room, they'll help us out a lot more. But yeah, it's a good connection between all of us.
Just talk about competing during the winter, how it was for you.
It was awesome. We got to compete at the New Balance track. We were so fortunate to be there, and it was an amazing atmosphere. We had a lot of team success, and I had super fun competing.
Yeah, I mean, we're really blessed with indoor tracks. Like, even when you go to the collegiate level, like us, Massachusetts high schoolers, both varsity and JV, are competing at better tracks. I mean, performance-wise, I didn't really have the season that I hoped for, but I mean, I guess it was definitely still great just being out there with the boys, just having a great time and winning championships, so yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time at a lot of our meets. Like they said, it's an awesome opportunity to be able to compete at the tracks we compete at. New Balance, I love the space there, and just the atmosphere is great.
What do you like about competing with other athletes in schools?
Sometimes you find an athlete that's like really similar to your level, and then as you progress throughout the season, getting to line up against them really brings the best out of you, and they kind of make you perform better.
I mean, yeah, it's almost like friendship through trauma pretty much. After like you run a really hard race, like your goal is you want to be throwing up after a race. So like when you're out there with other guys who are doing it with you, like feeling the same pain, you almost like, you just become like closer with them, and just hanging around at meets for like hours, you start talking to people and just making really good friends with the sport.
Yeah, it's an awesome community. I mean, we were talking about it earlier today. I was like hesitant when I first got into the sport to make friends. I mean, with kids on other teams. I mean, I thought it would be easier to like compete with like no connection, but I mean, it's hard to stay away from, man. Kids just help you after your race, during your race. Everyone's just happy to be there and help each other, so it's great.
What is the goal you specifically want to accomplish this spring, and why?
So a goal for me would probably be going sub 2 minutes in the 800. That's something I've been thinking about for a while as I've been transitioning seasons. So if I can do that, I'd be really happy.
I mean, I guess I got like a wide variety of goals. I'd love to get some school records. My brother has the mile school record, so I'd love to grab that. I'd love to go maybe sub 410. I'd love to go sub 9 in the 2 mile. That's been a goal for a while. And then I'd love to try and win all states. There's a lot of great guys in the state, and then a big goal has been trying to get an All-American at nationals. So.
Similar to Connor, I'd like to go sub 2 in the 8. We have a lot of guys that can compete in the event this year, I think. But also, we've recently been talking about a 4x mile with some other guys on the team, and I'm excited to see what we could do there. So maybe some accomplishments at nationals for us there.
What are practices like for you specifically?
We have our warm-up, then we stretch for a little bit, and then we get to like our main workout, which is, most of the time. Then we come back, stretch, sometimes we have core, and then me and these guys, we usually ice after practice, so it's super fun, in the ice room, but it's important.
Basically the same thing.
I mean, yeah, I guess like the main workout, it'll either be like a road run where we're just out together, and usually it's like conversational, so like we're kind of keeping each other company there, or it's like we're gonna hammer a track workout, and at that point it's like, yeah, you just gotta hope that like you're feeling it that day, because if not, it's a rough time.
How long does it take to prepare for your event?
When I'm like at the meet, I usually like to start warming up an hour, 15 minutes before. Usually go for like a 2-mile run, nothing crazy. Then I get into some speed warm-ups, then some stretching, and then I do some accelerations and hop on the line, hope for the best.
Yeah, I also warm up about an hour before my race. I'll go for like 2-mile run, and then after that we'll do speed warm-ups, kind of helps you with form, and then go in, do some static and dynamic stretching, and then do some strides accels, just get loose, feel good for your race.
Yeah, I used about an hour in earlier seasons. This year I've been experimenting with a little longer just because like the clerking systems at the different tracks, it's difficult to get like a strict time frame, so just to get myself some more space. But pretty similar to these guys, start with a couple miles on the road and then come in, hit speed and some stretches and ready to go.
What are you looking forward to as the season is about to start?
You know, I'm looking forward to winning. We have a lot of goals team-wise. Defending our relay championship, and then hopefully winning the state title this year. That would be amazing for us. And so, we work hard, but we have a lot of fun. But progressing towards those goals is most important.
I feel like in the past I've like known I had the potential to do stuff, but like I was like kind of borderline and I just couldn't get it. So I'm really looking forward to like last season. I really just want to like leave it all out there, show what I can do, just give it my all. So yeah, I guess I'm hoping to hit those goals from earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been a supporter of the team game in the past. I'm looking to get out there and execute and maybe break a lot of my PRs and just kind of get ahead of where I've been in the past.
What are you hoping to take away from this season?
I'm hoping to, like Rithikh said, this could be potentially my last, high school sports season. So, I'm going to leave everything out there, continue to build these friendships, this brotherhood, because I know I'm going to miss it one day. Just having fun, working really hard one last time.
I think Colin kind of highlighted the team aspect. Like, I've had a good amount of individual success in this sport, but still my favorite memory came from a meet where I didn't even score in it. It was state relays our freshman year. It was just like, the meet came down to the 4x4. Our team wasn't even in it, but we managed to win by half a point, and just the feeling there was electric. And like, that feeling of winning a championship, having your team around you, it's amazing, and I want to help the team chase that as much as we can this year.
Yeah, kind of similar to them. I have a little more time, but it's still winding down, so just kind of sitting in the moment and enjoying it while I can. It's hard work, but it's fun.
Do you guys plan on going to college, both of you? Yeah.
Yes.
Where are we going?
I'm still deciding right now.
Still deciding.
I'll be going to Cornell University. I'll be on the track and field and cross country teams and major in computer science.
Colin, do we have any plans yet? No.
Early stages of looking right now, but I do want to run there, or run in college, I think.
Connor, do we want to run there, or are we towards?
So right now I'm still kind of considering that. So it's still a possibility.
What are you going to miss after graduation from this team?
100%. The people, coaches and athletes. I've been involved in other sports, but this team is by far like, the best at accepting everyone. There's an established brotherhood here, and it's just really amazing being part of a group like that.
I'm really gonna miss the team. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do is just annoy people. I'll like find something that they really hate and just keep going at it. But like, it's out of love. So I just love messing around with the guys on the team. Like, even before like a hard workout, just like messing around kind of lightens the mood around it. And I've always like said, like, you can't do well in this sport if you're not having fun. So just having the guys around you, having the coaches around you, they make sure it's a fun environment, and they really preach how much like a high school sport can do for you. And over the past 4 years, I've really seen that this sport has done a lot for me. So gonna miss it.
Colin, what are you gonna miss from the seniors?
It's tough every year. Start of this year, it felt like a little empty. Same thing happened last year, but every year these guys just come in and they lead the brotherhood that Connor talked about. It's a real tight-knit community, and we're all like working hard with each other, for each other, so it's hard to not have strong bonds when you're doing all that.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. That's it for this month of BNEWS Sports Hub. I'd like to thank my guests, head coach Jess Nelson and Matt Carr, and the athletes from the both girls and boys track teams. I also want to thank you all for watching. I'm Anthony Matos, and we'll see you next time on BNEWS Sports Hub.